Hey guys, what's up? It's story time back with another video. And let me tell you, this one is going to keep you up at night. We're talking about urban legends. You know those creepy stories we tell each other around a campfire? Well, some of them are more than just stories. What if I told you some of these legends turned out to be actually true? Get ready to question everything you thought you knew, because today we're diving deep into 5 urban legends that turned out to be real. So grab your blankie, turn off the lights, and let's get into it. Okay guys, you know this one, right? The Vanishing Hitchhiker. It's classic campfire story material. Someone's driving down a dark road, sees a person hitchhiking, gives them a lift, and then BAM! They disappear into thin air. Spooky, right? But it's more than just a spooky story. There are real cases of this happening. Let me tell you about one from the 1970s. A guy sees a young woman on the side of the road, pulls over, she gets in and they start chatting. She tells him where she needs to go, and it seems like a totally normal encounter. They get to the spot and the guy turns to let her out, but guess what? She's gone, vanished. He finds a jacket she left behind and later discovers that a girl matching her description had died in an accident at that exact spot years earlier. There are tons of stories just like this, with people reporting similar experiences all over the world. It makes you wonder if there's something more to it, right? Are these hitchhikers ghosts, time travelers? I don't know, but it's seriously freaking me out. All right, guys, next up we're diving into the world of cryptids with the one and only Chupacabra. This thing is the stuff of nightmares, a blood-sucking monster that preys on livestock, leaving behind a trail of drained carcasses. The name itself is terrifying, Chupacabra, which translates to goat sucker in Spanish. The Chupacabra legend has been around for ages, especially in Latin America, with people whispering about this creature lurking in the shadows. But for a long time, it was dismissed as just a scary story. Then, in the 1990s, things got real. In Puerto Rico, there was a huge wave of mysterious animal deaths. Hundreds of animals, mostly livestock, found completely drained of blood. Eyewitnesses claimed to have seen this bizarre creature, describing it as dog-like, with glowing red eyes and sharp claws. Scientists started investigating and discovered a new species of canine in the area with unusual features that kind of matched the Chupacabra descriptions. So mystery solved, right? Well, not so fast. The legend of the Chupacabra lives on, fueled by continued sightings and those unexplained animal deaths. Some people believe the creature is real, a cryptid that continues to elude capture. I mean, I don't know what to believe, but the whole thing is super creepy. Chapter 3, The Killer in the Backseat, a real-life horror story. This next urban legend is the kind that makes you want to check the backseat of your car twice, maybe even 3 times. It's called The Killer in the Backseat, and it's basically every driver's worst nightmare. Imagine this, you're driving alone at night, maybe you're stopped at a red light, when suddenly another car pulls up beside you. The driver rolls down their window and warns you about someone hiding in your back seat. They tell you to drive to the police station or call for help, but you're not sure if you can trust them. It seems too crazy to be true, right? But here's the thing, this has actually happened in real life. There are documented cases of people finding dangerous individuals hiding in their cars, and some of these stories involve those chilling warnings from strangers. One case that always freaks me out is about a woman who was driving home late one night. As she was getting into her car, she noticed a man trying to sneak into the back seat. She immediately knew something was wrong and managed to escape and call the police. Turns out the guy was a wanted criminal with a history of assault. This story, and others like it, are a terrifying reminder that we need to be aware of our surroundings, especially when we're alone. Chapter 4, The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs, When the Phone Calls Turn Real. We've all heard this one, right? The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs. It's like a classic horror movie trope, and it always freaks me out. The story usually goes something like this. A babysitter is home alone with the kids, and they start getting these creepy phone calls. The person on the other end is breathing heavily, maybe even making threats. The babysitter is terrified, but she tries to stay calm for the kids' sake. She calls the police and they trace the calls. Guess where they're coming from? Inside the house. This urban legend has been scaring babysitters for decades, but it turns out there's a real-life case that inspired it. Back in the 1950s, a babysitter named Jeanette Chrisman was looking after 3 young children in Pennsylvania. As the night went on, she started receiving these super creepy phone calls. The police arrived just as the stalker was trying to break in. The real-life case is the stuff of nightmares, and it's no wonder it inspired the babysitter and the man upstairs legend. Chapter 5. Robert the Doll. More than just a child's plaything. Let's talk about haunted dolls because, let's be real, dolls are inherently creepy. But there's one doll that stands out from the rest, a doll with a reputation so sinister that it's become a modern legend. Robert the Doll. Robert is this creepy-looking sailor doll, you know, like the kind your grandparents might have had. He's dressed in a little sailor suit, has these piercing black eyes, and here's the kicker, he's said to be cursed. Robert belonged to a boy named Robert Eugene Otto, who lived in Key West, Florida, back in the early 1900s. According to legend, Robert received the doll as a gift from a Bahamian servant who practiced voodoo. From the moment Robert got his hands on the doll, weird stuff started happening. People claimed to see the doll moving around the house on its own, like walking and changing positions. They heard giggling coming from Robert's room, even when he was supposed to be alone, and some even said they saw the doll's expression change, like it was alive. Robert's family was totally freaked out, and neighbors claimed to see the doll staring at them from the windows. As Robert grew older, he became a painter, and guess what? He always kept the doll with him. Today, Robert the Doll is housed in a museum in Key West, and people come from all over the world to see him. But be warned, legend has it that if you want to take Robert's picture, you have to ask his permission first. If you don't, well, let's just say bad things tend to happen. So, there you have it, guys. 5 urban legends that turned out to be more than just stories. It just goes to show that sometimes the line between myth and reality is thinner than we think. What do you guys think? Have you ever heard of any urban legends that you think might be true? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more creepy content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future scares. Until next time, stay curious, but maybe sleep with the lights on tonight.